Hi there, welcome to the galley. Today, what I think of is the perfect summertime soup. This soup comes together super fast, doesn't take long to cook, and it just uses up all of those summertime vegetables, whether you're finding them at the farmer's market or in your own backyard. Today, we're making minestrone. Now, Sam's been super generous letting me invade his space and his kitchen to film while I've been here. And I'm going home in a few days, so this is my last time filming for this time while I'm here, and I really wanted to use the Dutch oven again, and that's why we're making minestrone. Now, minestrone basically translates to big soup. It was traditionally a peasant soup because it used up like all the scraps of the vegetables and stuff, but then kind of became known as a really hearty soup. I've got about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in here, and then I'm going in, I have 1 onion, 2 carrots, and about 4 stalks of celery. And we're going to let that cook for a little bit. Now, the great thing about minestrone is you really can just make it your own with whatever you want to use. Any kind of vegetable that you want, anything that's in season. Minestrone traditionally has a whole lot of vegetables, some beans, and rice or pasta. So I kind of have what I'm going to use here. I'm going to set that aside and cut up some garlic while my mirepoix is cooking here. And I'll probably do 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. And I'm just keeping an eye on this. I want this to cook for 5 to 6 minutes. Just let those vegetables start to soften. Now, every once in a while, somebody will say, it's too hot in the summer for soups. But I'm here to tell you, I have worked in restaurants in one capacity or another for over 45 years. And I'm here to tell you, people order soup all year long. And especially working restaurants on the coast, if you have a clam chowder or some kind of seafood chowder, they don't care. And that's a heavy cream soup, and they don't care that it's summer. They're still going to order it. So I'm going to add my garlic. And while that garlic's cooking, I'm going to add my seasoning. And I'm pretty much just going to do a tablespoon each. And I can always come back and add a little more. But I think that's a good jumping off point. Onion powder, garlic powder. And then I'm also going to do dried oregano and dried basil. I have some fresh basil, but I'm going to use that at the end to finish it with. I kind of like to get my spices and seasonings in before everything else when it's nice and hot in here, and it kind of wakes up all of those oils and those spices. I'm going to add a good tablespoon or 2 of tomato paste. I'm just going to finish off with what's in this tube here. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I'm not a big fan of diced tomatoes. And then I think, oh, I bought a can of chopped. I thought I got whole. Never mind. Those can all go in there. I'm not a big fan of diced tomatoes. And obviously, I'm not a big fan of reading the label. No, I'm not a big fan of the diced tomatoes because they are coated in something that keeps them from breaking down, so they kind of always hold that shape. So normally, I just use whole tomatoes, strain off the sauce, and I would chop them off. But this was chopped, so they're not diced, they're chopped, so they don't have that coating on them. And then you're going to want a good 6 cups of chicken stock or vegetable stock. If you're going, absolutely no meat, you can do vegetable stock. Yeah, I think you can already see just from not a whole lot of ingredients how much soup you can make. And then for beans, I've just got some nice little white beans here. Kidney beans work well. I was going to kind of do both, but I think it's just going to make too much soup. So I'm just going to do the 1 can of white beans. I've got a little bit of cabbage. It's just what I had. I had some cabbage, and this is that kind of soup where you can just kind of put in whatever you want and whatever you have. I really like spinach here, a couple cups of fresh spinach if you have it, but your fresh peas and your green beans, kind of whatever makes you happy. I've got 1 zucchini, 1 yellow squash, And then I have the rind, the end rind of Parmesan cheese. In we go with that. For here, I'm going to go 30 minutes. And then our soup is really going to be done. I am going to add some pasta. Now remember, when you're picking out your pasta, you want an unbleached pasta. I'm going with macaroni. Versatility is a really good pasta for this, but this is what I had today, so this is what I'm going with. Now, because this is going to take about 12 minutes to cook, and this is going to take 30 minutes to cook, I'm going to let this cook for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to add my pasta. I'm going to do some seasoning before I put my pasta in. So I'm probably going to do a half of a teaspoon, quarter to a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of kosher salt. We'll give that a taste. It's about time to add our pasta in. Isn't it beautiful? How pretty is that? I think it's pretty good. I might add a pinch of salt. And then turn my heat up because I really want this to be at a boil when I add my pasta. So I'm going to add my pasta. And then in 12 minutes, I'm going to turn my heat off and just let the pasta finish cooking in the heat. And while the pasta's cooking, I'm going to siphon out my basil and have that ready to go. So I just wanted to bring you down here and show you just how beautiful this soup looks. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And this is a soup that honestly you can have completed in 40 minutes and eat on it all week long. It's always good to add a little bit of acid. It just really brightens everything up and balances a lot of those flavors together. I just had a half a lemon that I wasn't using for anything, so I'm just going to squeeze that in here. So time is up. I have my burner turned off. I would call this a quarter cup of basil that I've siphoned out. I'm going to add in here. We're going to give this another taste. And I think with most soups, kind of like salads, if they can sit a day, they taste better. All of those flavors marry and come together. I think it's perfect. I don't think we need to do anything to this beautiful soup except put some in a jar for Sam. Now I have this soup. I have some for my niece. I have some for Sam. I have some for my mom. It makes a whole lot of soup. Thank you, Sam. Thanks for letting me invade your space. And as always, for using your Dutch oven. And to all of you, thank you. Bye. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.